Hello and welcome along to another episode of this FM21 story, The Head Coach with me, Daniel. It's part 53 today and we are finally on fire. We finally found a winning formula. However, in the last 8 games since you were with me, we've only played one side in the top 10 of the table. So is it a false dawn? Today we'll find out, because we play first place West Brom, the leaders of the Championship at the moment, and level on points with them Crystal Palace away from home in second place, the side that crushed our playoff dream last season, and of course another side fighting it out for promotion. But we've got ourselves into a position where we're in a runaway pack of 4. So Fulham we played last time and beat, and since then we've been absolutely brilliant. So now it's us, Cardiff and the 2 at the top, and after today's episode we'll have a much better idea of where we're going to be. So if you're looking forward to that one and seeing the 2 big games, please do put a thumbs up on the video. We've got a youth intake preview as well, before of course they're introduced to the club later in the season. So if you want to stay up to date and make sure you don't miss any of that, subscribe down below and turn that notification bell on. You'll get alerts as daily content releases from 2 long-term stories. You can catch up with all the playlists, including a live stream series from Dundee United in the eye above, and there's a link to the podcast channel too. We're growing really quickly, and as I record this, we're verging on 900 subscribers. So if you haven't yet, please do go and check it out. It does make such a difference. But today's all about Derby County and 2 massive games at the top, in between which we'll go and have a look at the youth intake preview. Perhaps not quite as exciting as some of the times we'd had previously. And then we'll be back just 2 games later in the next episode, because we've drawn Manchester United in the FA Cup third round. And they won the league last season. They're a pretty big deal at the moment. So we'll get to test our wits against one of the biggest sides in the world for the first time in this game. So we're looking forward to all of that, but let's start with the schedule. 8 games off camera, 7 wins and 1 draw. Although as we said, bar Brentford at home, they were all against mid-table or lower sides. So I don't want to get too excited, but it does stretch the unbeaten run over nearly 3 months now, which is something we've got to be proud of. And the fact is, aside from the QPR draw, we've only conceded a maximum of 1 a game in the last 10, and we've always scored 2 or more in the last 9 since the Huddersfield game last episode. So there are a lot of big positives. But firstly, we were back to face Rotherham, a 2-0 win away from home. They frustrated us, they pegged us back, but late goals from Hall and Morton did the trick. A 3-1 win followed at home to Brentford. Knight and a Whittaker brace got them there. A 4-0 victory at home to Hull. 2 for Appiah, 2 for Morton as we started to rotate. A 2-2 draw away from home against QPR. Noah Greenidge off the bench with a good goal in the second half. And Joey Marshall completed the comeback from 2-0 down. Could have been a very different story that game. A 2-1 win against rivals Nottingham Forest. Matt Clark with a brace of headers from set pieces. A 2-0 win away at Preston. Hall and Whittaker at the wingers at it again. A 2-1 win at home to Sheffield Wednesday. And this one was Whittaker and Morton. Again, 2 of the front 3 winning us the match. And then a blitzing 4-0 victory in the second half at Norwich last time out. Whittaker, Hall, Appiah, Morton. All 4 choices for those attacking 3 positions. And they were all absolutely brilliant. So we are flying. We're in brilliant form, but now we face the leaders. They've got a good side, we've got injuries. Noah Kenneh just picked up an injury for 3 to 4 months with a broken ankle. Adam Messina out with a twisted ankle. Imari Samuel's just back from 3 months out. He's nowhere near fit yet. And Matty Cash makes his return to the bench today. But a fair few injury problems we've had, particularly defensively, which makes this run all the more exciting. We've done really well so far, and today we get to watch some of the other big boys as well. So 6th place Brentford play 3rd place Cardiff. Crystal Palace are away at QPR, which is the one game we've really struggled in recently. So I'm interested to see how this all pans out. If we go and get into it, we'll have a look at the lineup. We've got a few injuries, we've got a lot with a heavy match load, and we have been trying to rotate a little bit. But 6 days off after this hopefully will make a difference. As you can see, Samuels is nowhere near fit. Matty Cash just back after 3 or 4 weeks out. But the lineup is pretty much the same again. It's Johnston in goal, Torre and Brown are the fullbacks with Clark and Wilmot as centre half. Bielik back in a holding role like last season due to the long-term injury to Kenneh, with Knight and Bird in the middle, Hall and Whittaker on the wings, and in Callum Morton, 17 goals up front, and the director of football has given him a new 4-year deal. 45 grand a week. I think it takes away the release clause he had before, so it's all looking pretty good. Now let's go and get into the match against the leaders. 2 massive games to focus on today. Will we be able to come out on top, or can we at least keep the unbeaten run going? For us, just one change from the last game. Jason Knight back in for Joey Marshall. Both of them had their physical struggles. West Brom have got a pretty good side. Not hugely familiar with the side they had at the start of the game. Only really Raheem Harper, the skipper, who, if you remember, we were linked with on deadline day. Matheus Pereira, still the big sign in there. They've got the likes of Tyrese Campbell and Ben Johnson on the bench. Max O'Leary's there. Stuart Dallas, John Egan at the back. It's a very good side. Lots of familiar names, lots of quality, lots of experience as well. So let's go and get into the first half. Derby v West Brom. The unbeaten run is a long one. And now we want to topple the leaders and potentially go top. Well, we're back with a quarter of the game gone. No highlights, but West Brom have dominated the stats. I think we haven't had a shot on target. They've had 5 goes at goal already. And Whittaker's got the ball on the left. As we've seen before, only takes one moment to change a game. Whittaker coming forward. He's surged past 4 or 5. This is a brilliant solo run. Gets to the right-hand byline. Cuts it back to Morton. Oh, he's in! Oh, the keeper made a right hash of it, but Morton eventually misses. And he's out for a corner kick. What a run from Whittaker, though. We've got to keep our eyes on that as Bird puts the ball in. Header away finds Wilmot, the centre-half. Can we get it back out? We can't. Overhit to Bird and out for a throw. But the first really good chance of the match. And despite the dominance for West Brom, it falls to Derby. And somehow, that's not gone down as a shot on target. So no idea what happened with it. As Dallas gets the ball at right back to Harper. I always call him Parker for some reason. I don't know why it is. It's Flynn who's got it in the middle. Goes left, Hall intercepts. Now can we have the front freeze magic? Up towards Morton, loses out. It falls for Whittaker on the left-hand side. He's got time on the ball. Finds Bird. Didn't have a good game last time out, but had been in brilliant form until then. And he gives it to Knight in the centre circle. Out to Whittaker on the left. Looks a real menace in this game. Gets towards the byline. Chance to cross. Delivers back post. Jacoball's there. And again, the front three in a world of their own. A brilliant move. A fantastic run from Whittaker. And Jacob Hall at the back post is always there. The same for Whittaker on the other side. And that's the one bit of this tactic we have absolutely nailed. Half an hour gone, 1-0 to Derby. We'll go and encourage the boys. But it's a West Brom corner. Pereira takes it. Egan down, Wilmot off the line. Oh, we still look a little bit vulnerable there. West Brom got a very big side. We know the likes of Egan, real threat in the air. As Pereira puts the cross in, Bielik heads away. Morton will get there. Now can we counter? 2 up with him. Jacob Hall's 1. The referee almost gets in the way. Hall surges down the right. He's unstoppable in this form. Gets to the byline. It's a good challenge from Smith. And he's out for a Derby throw-in. But we've really come into this game now. And we carry on from the throw with Torre. He's going to take it. 2 or 3 options. Jacob Hall's one of them. Back to Jason Knight. Into the back post. O'Leary punches as far as Bird. He's got it 30 yards out. Goes left to Brown, the left back. Back to Bird again. Tries to cross. Hall can't get there. He's headed away as far as Knight, who recycles it. From the centre circle finds Bird. And the highlight peters out. But as it stands, we are top of the championship. A brilliant first half. But here come West Brom. Never rule them out. Flynn gets it from the throw-in into the back post. Header off the line. Brilliant save by Johnston. And Bielik clears it to the right wing. A narrow escape for one there. But at half-time we lead 1-0. And this is turning into feeling unstoppable. I know we've had these runs before and it's gone wrong. But we feel brilliant at the moment. The front three are sensational. The 2 wingers are always brilliant. And in Callum Morton, he just needs a goal or 2. Hopefully today he'll get one. Let's get into the second half, see if we can hold out. And hopefully, other results go our way. We stay top of the championship. As Hall gets it on the right from a throw-in. Back to Torre. Now Jason Knight delivers in. Whittaker's there. And it's the same again. Those 2 wingers are always at the back stick. And they're always scoring. Make sure you've got those wingers on support duties. But attacking the back post late. Because it works a treat. Johnston with a goal kick. Whittaker flicks on. Nobody's there. But 5 minutes in the second half and we would have taken this at the start. As Dallas chips it forward. Bielik away. Really worked against the direct style of West Brom. Having that sort of tall anchorman there. As Morton gets in from the through ball. And O'Leary tips it wide. Stunning counter-attacking performance. This is vintage Derby County this. The fans must be loving it. As Berg gets the ball on the right-hand side. Delivers to the back post. It's headed away by Flores. All of this excitement. I'm not going to get time to talk about the job news we've got. But with 55 gone, it's been a stunning display. And it's Derby County 2, West Brom 0. As they've got a throw on the right-hand side with Pereira. Into Flynn. Chance to cross it. Cuts back to Pereira again. We know his quality. And that is a stunning goal. Curls it round Clark. Curls it round the keeper. And it's 2-1. Game on. Just over 20 minutes to go. We're going to take off Bird, who's a little bit tired. Pearson will come on for him, who's played well in recent games, to be fair. Torre's had a poor game, so Matty Cash will make his comeback. We'll save the last sub 5 more minutes, because one of those wingers will get very tired. We had, as we've mentioned, got job news to talk about. So we've been linked with quite a few in the media, so we'll talk about that. With 7 to go, Whittaker's knackered. So I'm going to bring on Arvin Appiah. He'll be an inverted winger on support. We've generally been resting one of this 3 each game and bringing Appiah into the squad. But we've got to the stage where he's tired now as well. With 5 minutes of stoppage time to go, we're still holding on to that lead. And it's time for us to make tactical changes. We'll go and make all of those. Fullbacks on defend, no chance of them going forward. And all of the time wasting stuff as well. We'll be back in a minute for the last 4 minutes of stoppage time. Fingers crossed we can see it out. Doesn't look like there's going to be any further highlights. We stifle them and see out the game perfectly. Derby 2, West Brom 1. And I think if the other results have stayed the same, we've replaced them at the top of the championship just in time for Christmas. We have Crystal Palace haven't played yet, but Cardiff lost at Brentford, West Brom lost to us of course, and even the other sides below that loss. So now a 10-point cushion to outside the playoffs. That's a big thing for us with our objectives for the season. So let's go and skip ahead to the next match day. We'll briefly show our youth intake, we'll have a look at our job news, and then we've got Crystal Palace, where hopefully we can stay on top. Well, it looks like I'm going to have to share my job news early, because look what present I've got on Christmas morning. At 9:15 on Christmas Day, I have been offered a job interview at Southampton. Now, we've not applied for any jobs, we've not put ourselves in a run-in for anything. In the media, we were linked with a Norwich job, we were offered an interview there and rejected it, because they're a championship club as well. But Southampton, they're a Premier League club, and they've been a solid mid-table Premier League club. They're 6 points from safety as it stands, but they've still got a fairly good side. And can we reject the opportunity to jump straight to the Premier League? Now, let me get this right. I am loving managing Derby. It's been one of my favourite stints, but Dundee had been as well, as had Hibs, as had others. We were enjoying Brechin at the start, but we've got to keep it realistic, and this is a Premier League job, so at least I've got to attend the interview. We're not going to get a decision before tomorrow, so let me know what you think down in the comments if we do get offered it. It's a 4-star reputation club with great finances. It's a big step up for us. It really is a great opportunity. So I think we have to consider it. But let me know what you think. Let's go and attend the interview and see if we'll have a chance. Because let's not forget, it could all fall apart with Derby. We're only 1 point clear of the 3rd place. Now, the board are pleased that we've come to talk to Southampton. Some people might be concerned about our lack of experience of managing in this country. I mean, surely the job we're doing at Derby is all right. I'll say that my experience makes up for lacking of working in this country. We've done great work with our current club. I want to take that momentum with me. It's always my stock answer. Are we taking a risk by leaving what's considered to be a safe job? You've offered me the interview. We haven't applied for it. Oh dear. I'm keen to make my way up the ladder, and this is a fantastic opportunity. I've done a good job at Derby, but I feel it's the best time to take the next step in my career. Why do you feel acceptable to apply for a number of jobs? I haven't done that. The club would be looking for a candidate capable of performing to meet expectations. I'm confident of that. I'm a strong motivator and leader. We've always done well. They've got a director of football in place. Oh, he's brilliant. He might have made my mind up for me. Yes, I want to work with that man. I don't wish to make changes to the staffing team. We're not in charge of that in this save. They want to fight bravely against relegation. That seems fine to me. I'm going to say, if given the job, I feel confident I can avoid the drop, because I wouldn't be doing anything else. Oh, 10 million transfer budget isn't great. We've got a bigger one at Derby, but it doesn't get spent. So I'm going to put that's fine. A wage budget of 2 million a week is a big step up. That's fine. I have no further requests, and that's about it. So it says straight away that we're set to take over. Look at those odds. 1 to 16. We're getting that job, aren't we? Are we going to get to tomorrow's game? That's the question. Crystal Palace for us at Derby tomorrow. They did go top of the league by winning their spare game. And then, bizarrely, we've got 2 games in 2 days. Salford 2 days after, and in Cardiff the following day. So a bit of a scheduling issue there. 2 very different sides out for those games. But let's go and skip ahead. I'll show you the youth intake quickly, or the preview even. It just says don't expect much. There's a lot of wingers and no quality. But ahead to Crystal Palace, will we be in charge? Or will we get offered the Southampton job quickly? I wouldn't rule it out on those odds. We've made it to Crystal Palace. I'm not going to put too much focus on the game because it may well be our last in charge. but it's first v second, so we've got to build it up a little bit. All of the match loads have gone down. I mean, we played really well last game, so I don't see the value in changing the squad too much. Samuel's made his under-23 comeback, but we're not going to do any more with him. And we've promoted Ryan Connor, one of the youngsters, who's been training really well and is improving off the pitch too. So we're going to stick with the same 11, the same 18, and we'll get straight into it. Crystal Palace v Derby, first v second. Now, can we make it count? It might be our last game. Let's give the fans a good send-off. Still a very good Palace side, and of course the memories and the nightmares from last year's second leg of the playoff semi. But still, Tom Lockyer, Ajeti, Benrahma, Onoma, Grady Diangana, Oakley Booth, star-studded team. So let's go and get into the first half. We're going to tell the lads to prove a point. We've got nearly all of them on board now. Now let's have a big performance. Let's see if we can do it. Can we topple the leaders for the second time in the episode? Well, I'm not complaining because the episode was extended due to the job interview, but we've got to first half stoppage time without a highlight. And we're back with Toure on the right wing. Crosses to Whittaker. Oh, he's at the bar. That could have been the perfect one. One highlight and 1-0 would have been ideal. But as it is, it's goalless at the break. It's been a game of very few chances. Palace perhaps edged it, but we'll get the boys to prove a point again. And in the second half, to be honest, we'll probably take this result, especially based on last year. Well, we're back, an hour on the clock. Palace have a throw on the right-hand side. Don't know what Bielik was trying there, and it's back to Oakley Booth. Gotts gets the chance to cross it. Goes back instead. Is this ball going to come in the box eventually? That's the question. We're pressing them, forcing them back, but they're going to find that pass out as Ajeti drops deep. Oakley Booth picks it up. Into midfield again. The referee almost in the way. Toure heads away the through ball. Knight can come forward now. Surging through midfield. That's going to be a second yellow. The midfielder brings him down. It was a cynical tackle. And why would you do that on a yellow card? Benrahma's off. He's the man sacrificed. We'll take that for a start. And then we'll go and make some changes. So Max Bird is again having a poor game. He's going to be replaced by, I think, Ben Pearson. In fact, no. What I'm going to do, if we go to the tactics screen, I'm going to take Bielik off. And I'm going to bring on Pearson for him. And then Marshall is going to come on for Bird. And we'll switch Knight into the playmaker role. Marshall prefers the box-to-box duty. Jacob Hall's had a poor game and he's on a yellow, so I'll wait and see if we need to replace him. Whittaker's very tired, but I'm going to go for Hall. Appiah on for him. We know he can make a difference. Now let's see if we can get on top. We're not going to commit too much as we've got to throw on the left with Brown. Into Knight. Playing in that playmaker position now. What can he do? Switches it to Toure. Lovely play. 2 or 3 in the box. Good challenge by the left back. Had to be careful on a yellow himself, but did really well. It finds Ben Wilmot at the back. Chips it forward. Headed away by Brassler. Only as far as Toure. Can we start again with Wilmot? Toure to Appiah. Be sickening if we lost this against Ted now. But can we nick one as Toure comes forward to Jason Knight. 25 yards out. Through to Appiah. Oh, off the bench. He's done it again. Wonderful through ball from the new playmaker Knight. And Appiah slides it past the keeper. Crystal Palace 0. Derby 1. And this is going to be a gut-wrenching decision. Because do we really want to leave this side? I really don't. I know it's realistic, but what a team we've got here. Crystal Palace 0, Derby County 1, and into stoppage time we go. It's Johnston who's going to take it. He's got a goal kick. There you go, managing the game brilliantly with the time wasting. Long ball forward, Marshall flicks on. Morton's in one-on-one. Can he wrap it up? Just over the bar. We'll get the time wasting on. I know we're against 10 men, but let's be honest, it's all about the 1-0 win. I'm not going to worry about the rest. But for now, it's Crystal Palace 0, Derby 1, and this has got to be a big win for us. We leave Derby County top of the table, and if Southampton do come in now, we can leave with our heads held high. The problem is, I really don't want to leave. I know Southampton's the right move. I know the Premier League football is the right move, and I know it's the right type of club. But I'm loving Derby. I absolutely love it. We've finally got this team playing perfectly, and it's going to be really sad to go. There's the confirmation then. We're top of the league ahead of those bizarre 2 games in 2 days. And we will be back either in 3 games' time to face Manchester United in the 3rd round of the FA Cup, or to join a side in the Premier League, playing alongside the likes of them every week. So if you're looking forward to that, you did enjoy that impromptu job interview, please do put a thumbs up on the video. Subscribe down below for daily content from 2 long-term stories. This one will be back in 2 days' time, where our fate is sealed. Do we stay at Derby? Do we go to Southampton? Will we even be offered the job? Let me know your comments down below if you think we should go or not. I know when you're playing like this with Derby, you're in this run of form, you want to stay. but surely it is the right move. Convince me otherwise if not. If you haven't already and you want to find out what we do, subscribe down below and turn that notification bell on. You'll get alerts every time a new episode releases and whenever we go live for our streams. You can catch up with all the other playlists, including the Builder Nation and the stream series in the eye above. And a massive thank you for your support on the podcast channel too. Championship predictions every match day, manager specials, interviews with pros and much, much more. But a big thanks for watching this one. Your continued support as always. And I'll see you next time for the big decision.